Minister of State responsible for Social Development and Gender Affairs, Isalean Phillip, has advocated for changes to be made to the work program at His Majesty's prison, which would grant certain rights to female inmates currently enjoyed by males. During her appearance on the debut edition of Infocus, the new St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service television and radio program on Wednesday, March 1st, Minister Phillip said that women inmates should be given equal privilege. She noted that the Department of Gender Affairs ran a program for women in prison which highlighted several gender inequalities, such as women being unable to go outside to prison to perform community service. This, she said, is an example of gender inequality.
I only just found this out when I got into office, so the Department of Gender Affairs, we run a Women in Prison program. But there's an inequality in terms of the policies for the prison where women are not allowed to go outside of the prison. So oftentimes we see men who are inmates in the prison, they go outside, they're able to do work and able to do different things, but women are just not allowed to leave the prison. That is a policy that's an instance of gender inequality, because for what reason are women not allowed to leave the prison, right? So that is equality. That is what we talk about when we talk about gender equality, making sure that we all have access to the same rights and privileges. There's no reason for us to not have access equally when it comes to those things.
As it relates to what you just mentioned in terms of women, inmates not being able to leave the prison, something you'd like to see change?
It is, absolutely, because one of the things for our prison program is that, we try to engage the women just like we would for male inmates in terms of skills development, educational development. Women are supported in terms of doing little crafts and those kinds of things. It could be an opportunity for women to leave the prison to display what they can do, and also to have opportunities to contribute to community development as we have the male inmates doing. Why can we not have women go out and do some of the gardening beautification of our roundabouts? We see our men going out and doing painting in certain offices. Why can women not also get opportunities to develop those skills? There is no reason in this day and age as to why that policy still exists. And so yes. You're
saying women can do it too?
Of course.
Minister Phillip spoke in general to gender inequality in society.
When it comes to the women's movement, the feminist movement, it was really advocating for equality, because we know there was a time when women were not allowed to vote, where women were not allowed to go to school, where women were not allowed to access just what was standard ascribed rights and privileges in society just by virtue of the fact that they were female. Right. And so instances like that, that's where we talk about inequality. And that's why I think oftentimes now, when we think about gender equality, we're really thinking about applying a human rights perspective, because we want to make sure that regardless of your gender, regardless of your sex, your race, that you are able to benefit from the rights and privileges that are ascribed by the law and by society.
The minister used for an example the fact that there are fewer women in representation and leadership, noting that the initiative taken by the Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew, to appoint women in leadership positions is an effort to be equitable in terms of the distribution of power and resources. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.